Hello everybody, it's me, Devlin, and welcome to part 7 of NBA 2K16. And right off the bat, my shot sucks. We're gonna get into a couple of games today. So, yeah. Get into it. Playing the New York Knicks in Boston.
Big game for me tonight. Carmelo Anthony is a player I watched playing for the Knicks when I was in high school, so I got nothing but love for him in his game. I can only hope to one day be the scorer that he is now. Time to do NYC proud. All up in the house, baby. Melo better be ready.
It's game time in Boston as the crowds look to cheer on the Celtics. Looking at the last game for the New York Knicks, it was a win against the Hawks in Atlanta. It went the distance, too, as they needed overtime to win it.
And what an outstanding win it was. I mean, to get it.
Get to go against another Lopez.
Seraphine's checked in for Lopez. Derek Williams comes in for Porzingis. And it's Calderon in for Langston Galloway. And New York, looking at who they've got. Anthony is out there with Williams. Then it's Kevin Seraphin. Then there's Aflalo, and it's Calderon in at the point.
And right before Carmelo went down with the injury last season, it seemed like he had added the fadeaway to his game, molded a little bit after Dirk Nowitzki.
And so here is New York. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Boston.
Yeah, two conference rivals. I mean, they'll play each other a total of 4 times this season.
Yeah, plenty of opportunity here, guys, to get on each other's bad side. I mean, if they weren't already. Should make for some fairly high drama.
Well, over the course of the last 10 games, these big men have been the NBA's best at the charity stripe. The 4th spot held by Kelly Olynyk and, of course, Jared Sullinger.
And a lot of these big men take the confidence they have in the paint straight to the free throw line with them. I mean, that makes them very hard to handle.
It really does. I mean, defenders have to be a little more cautious than they would be ordinarily. Hack one of these fellas, and they'll cash in.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Olynyk. Lee comes in for Jared Sullinger. And it's Turner in for Isaiah Thomas. And the Knicks making a change here as well. O'Quinn's checked in.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Follow the pass to Williams. Off target with his 3. Boston's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. There's Freak. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Boston trailing. Turner dishes to Freak. And Turner kicks to Freak. Elbow shot is on the way. That's good. Freak's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses allows that one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
Calderon, that's good.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Williams against Turner. Here's Freak. Nice shot from the wing. Freak's got 6 points.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
They set the pick. Calderon passes to Aflalo. Calderon dishes to Afflalo. No good from outside. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Freak. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. And it's Afflalo penetrating. Calderon kicks to O'Quinn. Calderon with it. Pass to Seraphin. With 1 on the clock, and the shot is good. And at the end of 1, both teams putting up. And before the game, Carmelo Anthony talked about how he prepares himself mentally to carry this team. You don't hear too many players, Greg, saying it's easy and they're not too concerned.
Yeah, or talking about possibly winning basketball games. But I have a feeling he's more concerned than he talks about, and when he says it's easy. It may be for him, but it sure didn't look easy for the Knicks last season.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
They've won the effort battle, and that's allowed them to control the backcourt.
And it's been gang rebounding. I mean, everybody has done a great job boxing out for him, and it's showing up on the stat sheet.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And New York looking at who they've got.
2 shots.
They've got Porzingis. He's out there with Robin Lopez. Anthony out there with Calderon. And it's Galloway in at the point guard. That free throw good from Porzingis.
Well, I know last year the Knicks seemed to me to be very passive offensively, and that can sometimes be the case when you're trying to learn the triangle offense, but they never seem to attack the rim at all.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Greg, as you mentioned, the Knicks very shy at going to the rim last year. Really could have used that dynamic among a lot of things to their game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, think about this. The Knicks were last in the league in drives per game as a team. So they struggled shooting when they did attack the rim, only 42%. So those areas have to improve if this team wants to become competitive.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pistons was a big factor. He had 6 points and played some lockdown defense as well, causing havoc on both ends of the floor. A bit of a surprise attack for him, as he is usually just regarded as a role player on his team.
Thanks, Doris. He had a heck of an outing that night, GA.
Yeah, he really did, Kevin. I mean, a very professional performance. Played hard every single second he was on the court.
Guys, that's what we expect from him, and he rarely lets us down, and he certainly didn't let us down that night.
And Thomas, here we go. No one near Turner as he lets it go. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Here's Galloway. He had 22 points in the win against Atlanta.
And you know, he was getting fouled time and time again and really delivered at the free throw line. Huge contribution there, guys.
Clock is at 3. Tries it from 19. And Carmelo Anthony again. Anthony's got 8 points.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Carmelo Anthony, the 3rd pick overall in the 2003 NBA draft, was in some pretty good company at the top of that one, as I recall.
I mean, you had LeBron going 1, and of course, Darko Milicic was number 2 on that list. But how about D-Wade at 4? A little bit of a surprise, Chris Bosh. You know, all those guys, with the exception of Melo, have rings.
Here's Lopez. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. And it's a 9-point Knicks lead.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Here's Johnson, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. And watching Amir Johnson, Clark, he seems so casual about silently destroying opponents in the paint, and he's carried that air about him almost his entire career.
You know what? He's rarely had plays called for him, Kevin. He doesn't produce a bunch of highlights, but he's really potent. I mean, one of the league's best at defending opponents at the rim, grabbing in-traffic rebounds. Those both are valuable assets.
That's good from Johnson.
And talking about Amir Johnson, he's really the last of a discontinued model, if you will. When the Pistons called his name in the 2005 NBA draft, the year before the rookie age limit was put in place.
Galloway. Okay.
And Freak subbed in for Isaiah Thomas.
Okay.
And then for New York, Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Lopez. Williams comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's a Flalo in for Jose Calderon. Here's Galloway, Lee with the block. Now here's Freak. He's guarded closely. And that one's good. Freak's got 8 points.
Guys, did you know not once in Johnson's 10 seasons has he averaged more than 11 points or 7.5 rebounds a game? Sometimes he doesn't even start, and yet there's a certain sect of followers who feel Amir Johnson is among the most valuable, efficient players in the league.
It's Bradley on the wing. The 19-foot shot, and it's Freak missing. The Knicks leading by 5. Here's Williams. Rips down the breakaway slam.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
And it's Freak missing.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Outside Williams. And a follow kicks to Amundsen. Shoots from 12. And it's off the back rim. No good. Last game for the Celtics, it was a loss to the Detroit Pistons.
And talk about a team that just never seemed to get into a rhythm offensively. It was just an ugly game to watch.
Yeah, that's an understatement. I mean, they didn't appear to have any kind of cohesiveness in terms of game plan. And they never figured out how to attack the defense in that one. A lot of tough teams in this league, Kevin. Here's where New York sits right now. 6th in blocks, 11th in second chance points. And they're in the top half of the league in team rebounding as well. They've got some glass eaters on that squad.
And going back to their block shots, they're fearless, challenging shooters and contesting everything. You end up on a few posters, but I love that willingness to take a stand defensively.
Boston making a switch here. Zeller's checked in, and a switch here also for New York. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Lou Odmanson. 35 seconds left in the first half. Here's Galloway.
No.
Good on the triple.
Damn.
Galloway has got the lead up to 9 now for the Knicks.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make it back.
Picked by Zeller. Pass to Freak. Boston again missing.
And
Oh
they
my
hold a
God.
huge advantage on the backboards.
Greg, and that's been the key to this lead. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
Here's Galloway. The jump hook. The shot is off. And we finished one half of it.
Well, Carmelo, some great...
And now the third quarter about to get going. Some changes for Boston. Johnson comes in for Olynyk, and Freak subbed in for Avery Bradley. Then for the Knicks, Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Lopez. Amundsen comes in for Porzingis, and it's Calderon in for Langston Galloway. Freak in at shooting guard. Jay Crowder out there with Jared Sullinger. Then it's Isaiah Thomas, and it's Johnson in at the center position. That's the Boston 5. The Boston Celtics figured to be near the bottom of the league last year. In many ways, they outperformed a lot of people's expectations.
And by no means were they a contender at any point, but they very well could be ahead of themselves in terms of the rebuilding process.
Sullinger the screen. Here's Freak. Lewis Amundsen is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Zeller, he's checked in for Boston. Lee comes in for Crowder. Thomas with the ball, now guarded by Aflalo. Thomas passes to Freak. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. The Knicks leading by 3. Here's Williams. Finished off the break. Williams has got his second bucket tonight.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Second shot opportunity, and Zeller with the lay-in.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Stolen by Thomas. And now the fast break. Thomas with the ball. And Sullinger kicks to Thomas. Here's Freak. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one on Williams.
That's right. I mean, the Knicks were bad last year, and it became evident early on as the season grew older. More and more of their national coverage games were being pulled.
For the Knicks, losing a lot of nationally televised games, too. It seemed like every time they were on, they were losing. It might have been a blessing in disguise.
Well, I hope they look at it in a positive vein. It did give them a chance to focus on player development there in New York. Also allowed them to shut down Melo for the season.
Galloway, the pass to Serafin. No good from 11 feet. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
For the lead. And it's Freak missing.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And Aflalo kicks to Galloway. They double in with Freak. Nobody near Williams. Rebounded by the Celtics.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Freak kicks to Crowder. Feeds it to Freak. Puts it up from 17. Off the left rim and out. From deep three-point range. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. The Knicks with the lead, setting the floor for the Knicks. And so it's Boston scraping by with the win.
Ooh.
What a show they put up.
15 points. Not
the 2K
bad.
Sports post-game show.
And hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Let us take a moment now to recognize.
He went about his business tonight so efficiently on the offensive end. It was very savvy. It was a...
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.
I told you, Dom Pagnotti always delivers. Brand Jordan Freak prototypes. Open the box, check them out.
It's like Christmas and my birthday on the same day. Oh, Dom.
You love them?
I love them.
Hey, they're waiting for your approval for production.
Approved.
Approved?
Approved.
Done. I'll make the call.
Impact Naughty we trust.
I told you you'd love 'em.
Man.
Hey, I'm gonna have you playing in those in 30 days or less.
Money. Oh, man.
Freaking and vibing. Freaking and vibing.
Freaking vibing in the knees, baby.
I will see all you people in the next episode. Peace.